Hi, how are you doing? Okay, we're back at none other than GameStudio3D.com, and we are modeling in Cinema 4D a cute little dragon. And I want to tell you one quick thing is if you use your one and you click and drag, you go zooming in and out. If you click two, you turn your scene, the whole scene, not just the model, but the scene, the 3D scene. I guess it's a camera moving around. Two, oh that was three. Ha, clicked. Two is back and forth. One, oh, I got you all confused. It's one, two, and three. And my keyboard is black, and even though I have glowing numbers on there, it's hard to see. But okay, one moves you left, right, up and down. Two, hold down the key and slide your mouse or roll your ball. I have a roll ball. In and out, and three. So instead of using these controls that do the same thing, you can use your 1, 2, 3 shortcut keyboard. Okay, let's get to if you click O, if you have something selected and you click O, it'll bring what you have selected to the center of your view, of your scene. And okay, so now we're still on the knife tool, because see, when we drag the knife over onto the edges of our polygons, we can see we still are on the knife tool. Isn't that cool? The knife tool. We cut up our polygons, so if we hold the we're in the loop mode in the knife tool, so you hold the knife tool over your polygons and it shows this white line where it's going to cut. You can just cut up your dinosaur like an orange or an apple, a green apple. So fun. Okay, so we're in loop mode. We're going to get out of knife mode, so we don't want to accidentally cut where we don't want to. So let's click back onto the live selection, or click 9 on your keyboard. And that's the arrow key. And I call it the arrow key because that's an arrow. But it's the live selection tool, which is a good name because that's exactly what we're doing. See? We click it, we select the polygons. We can just click off to deselect. Okay, so now let's get on to a new tool, the tool that we were looking for a bit ago. So let's click select and let's click loop selection. So we're on the live selection tool when we did that. So now see how we can drag over our polygons, and our Cinema 4D clicks makes a loop. We hold the live selection tool over the polygons, and it makes a loop selection. You just have to drag it to certain places. So I actually want to select the points. So instead of the polygons, I want to get the edges. So I'm going to click on the points tool, points mode, and click select loop selection, and the shortcut is UL. And now see how my cursor held over the edges of the polygons selects the edges. And I'm still in loop mode, but I'm selecting more than one loop. So I'm gonna, while I have the loop selection selected, I'm gonna go over to my attributes menu right here, and I'm gonna set select boundary loop. Let's see, did that work? No. Stop at boundary edges. There we go. So now when I hold it over the areas that I wanted it to select, it's going to stop at that edge up there instead of circling around to grab the upper or the lower loop. So what I want to do first, I think, is I'm going to grab this loop right here at the top, and I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to the scale tool, and I'm going to stretch this selection and start moving it around. So you see the axes, the X, Y, green, and the Z, and I can stretch one way or the other. I can grab I can click right on that X and stretch it like this. Pretty cool, huh? And I can also just, you know, select an open area and see where it's going to stretch. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to stretch it like that a lot. So I'm just going to stretch it out like that. And then I'm going to get on the rotate tool, and I'm going to select the rotate tool about like that. And that was on the Z. I was dragging it on the Z. And then I'm going to just switch around from the move tool, and I need to, the move tool arrow is in a direction I don't want to go. So I'm going to go back up to this coordinates system, click on that, and see if that pushes me in a little bit better. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on the Y and drag it up a bit. And go back to the scale. I'm just going to scale that out like that. And then I'm going to grab that arrow tool and pull up on that. Just going to pull it up there like that. And then I'm going to scrunch it in a little bit more, about like that. Okay, now I'm going to go back to, and that's cool. I can select that selection if I want, and I think I will. So I'm going to go ahead and click select, set selection, and I'm going to see it made a little point selection. So I'm just going to call that face 1. I can name it right here in name. Can you see it? Oh, it's black. I'm going to have to fix that so you can see that better. But there, it changed right there above in the upper part of this. So it says point selection tag face 1. So it made that selection. So now I can just click off of it, and I'm still in, you can see on my mouse that I'm still in the scale mode. And I'm going to go back to my loop selection and I'm going to do this drop down menu and grab my loop tool. This little arrow right here is a drop down menu of the last few tools you selected. So it's kind of a shortcut, and you go like this. You can click it, tear it off. And then your most recent selections will stay right here. So you have this cute little menu to pull around if you want. And I'll pull it off and use it and show you how it works. So I'm going to go back to my live selection, and I'm just going to drag my little paintbrush, my live selection over these points right here. Select them all. And there's the radius right here in your attributes manager, so you can make your selection. You see the white circle right here, you can see it. Wait, there. So see, if I make my radius to be 50 and I hit enter, then now my selection area is wider. So I'm going to go back down to 10, enter, and that's fine for right here. They're all of my points are selected right here, and I'm going to scale them out, and then I'm going to move them a little bit, and I'm going to click off the world system, and I'm going to move them up like this and rotate them a little on the Z blue, move them a little bit up, and I'm going to get back on the scale tool and scale them, and then back on the move tool, move them up and move them a little bit like that, and then turn them. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to get back on the live selection, and I'm just going to select these points right here, and I'm going to move them. Now I don't have to grab the arrow tool, see? But one of my points didn't get selected right there. See that up close? So I can undo that if I wanted to keep all of these kind of in the position they were in. And I can hold the shift key down and run my selection tool over those points, and then I can see, oh yeah, I got them this time, and then undo that. And then with the scale tool, I can scale these out on the Z again, like so, and switch to the Y, or the live selection, and grab this red bar here. I think it's, let's see, I think I'm moving, when I grab that bar, you can look at your coordinate system by opening this bar back up and dragging this and see, okay, I'm moving on the X, Y, and the Z. See, in our coordinate system box, we can see which way we're moving. And it's kind of good to keep things lined up. Oh, but it's okay if they're not, because, you know. So, undo, and take a peek at that. See if I click undo again a couple times. Yeah. I undid a few times so I can take a peek at what I'm doing. So we're getting used to our polygons. Yay! We're getting into modeling.